snow in the Florida Panhandle. Just looking at the snow depth here, you can see where it is, and I was actually looking at the Florida DOT cameras. US 231, which works its way between I-10 and Panama City. There's still some snow on the sides there in the shaded areas of the grass. So we're still melting it. Don't worry, we should quickly do that today. I don't think any of that's left in Florida as we head into the afternoon, because we are getting some rain out there. Most of this is very quickly moving to the east. A lot of that dissolving there across parts of Mississippi and Louisiana. So you can see where that heaviest rain is now. Portions of Alabama into Georgia. We also have some more moisture through the Carolinas, and some of that has been fairly heavy, especially north of the Wilmington area. But we have since seen most of that die down. So Morehead City region, that's where we've picked up some of the heaviest rainfall from this. It looks like it could get recharged here as it works its way across I-40 through southern North Carolina. So our story continues as really just shaking the rain for today, and it is just that rain. Atlanta, we should be in the lower 50s this time of year, and we are there. So we're not talking about a snow threat or anything to that nature, but it is, as you saw, a very dreary day. Taking you through time, a lot of this continues to push out. Dinner time, there's still some heavier rain through parts of southern Georgia and coastal South Carolina, but even as we get into midnight and work you into the mid-Atlantic, because the other story that we've been talking about along the eastern seaboard has been this, how dry it has been through January. As we went through yesterday's numbers, we are now in the driest January to this point on record in New York, Islip, Philadelphia. Allentown's cracked the top 3 now. Harrisburg, you're getting to 4, and Williamsport is in the top 2. So we have had a very dry January, and you probably don't realize it because there's still snow on the ground. We've kept it around for days, even weeks in some locations. Enjoy the snowpack. It's started to melt through South Jersey, the Delmarva, and even around the nation's capital. So we're losing it here. We're also losing some of that ice coverage. Throughout the weekend, we saw this go down a little bit from Friday, from about 23% to 17.9% this morning. And what I will say is the other thing that will happen are the winds. They're going to break it up. So we're going to have ice flows on the Great Lakes where the winds basically whip up those waves, break up the ice, and we start to lose a little bit of that as well. What that means for us today, if you are around the Great Lakes, hang on to your hat because it is a windy day. Wind gusts of 40 to 60 miles per hour or greater, especially if you're standing right along those lake shores looking out over the Great Lakes. That's where, if you're facing towards the west, you will take that wind right in the face. Buffalo today, 30. Driving this week means another chance for some reinforcing more wintry air masses. As we head through tonight, watch out. The snow starts to move through Detroit, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, and that's just the beginning of things. We will have some snow showers mostly through the interior northeast, and while we don't wake up all that cold, those winds are still a problem. AccuWeather real field temperatures tomorrow morning will be in the single digits across a good chunk of New York State. But like I said, there's other challenges. It's the snow and snow squall potential that we'll be talking about as we head through tomorrow morning through upstate New York and into parts of northern Pennsylvania. The question is, does any of this try to push its way towards the I-95 corridor? Here's how future radar maps it out for us. There's that boundary off towards the north. Lunchtime today continues to charge its way on south with some snow ahead of it. But look in here. We've got that dark blue line. That's identifying that powerful front. And it continues to drop south into New York State as we head into tomorrow morning, Pennsylvania. How much of this keeps together towards the I-95 corridor? Probably not much of it, but there is some potential for at least some snow flurries. So watch out for that risk as we go through tomorrow morning anywhere in the north.